So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us, and welcome to this session by PurpleCube. In this webinar, we're going to show you how to unlock the power of your data using our complete end-to-end analytics as a service solution. So we're very excited to present this to you. It's something that we have been building at Edgematics, an all-in data and consulting company. And we'd love to show you what we've been working on and how this can help solve some of the major challenges that you may have in your organization. So joining me on this webinar today are our PurpleCube experts. My name is Rashay. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at PurpleCube. And alongside me today is Shalini and Geeta, who are our respective PurpleCube experts in the analytics and integration side of things. So let's come down to the main reason why we're here today. And it's a big problem that we're seeing in the data space across organizations around the world. And that question is, why do data monetization projects fail? And there's two ways to look at this. Firstly, we have the analyst view, and we also have our experience working in the industry. So from an analyst and research perspective, we're seeing that through 2022, only 20% of analytics insights are going to deliver business outcomes. And that was identified by Gartner. They also identified that 85% of big data projects will fail. And when it comes to the SMB side of things, more than 70% of data generated by SMBs is going unused. And 87% of data projects never make it to production. So this is really a big problem when it comes to data in organizations and how they're using it to drive their business decisions. If all of that data is going unused, it's really not going to create positive outcomes in any form for any organization. And this is where, based on our experience, we've seen that this is as a result of quite a few factors. Some of the most common ones include perhaps the incorrect business use cases that are implemented in that organization, or perhaps, there's a use of complex technology to adopt. It might also be because of the lack of the right talent needed within the organization to derive and turn those or build insights from that data into actionable analytics. And as a result of that, as a company, you spend tons and tons of money into these softwares and technologies, but at the end of the day, it's just not giving you that ROI that you need. So this is where we are right now in the industry, and it is a major problem that we need to solve. And as PurpleCube, we wanted to figure out how we can bring this solution, or develop a solution for this problem that can help you truly monetize your data. And that's how we came up with PurpleCube. We built PurpleCube to be an end-to-end analytics as a service platform. We wanted PurpleCube to be secure, scalable, and cost-effective for businesses of all sizes, from startups to enterprise. And one of the most unique things about PurpleCube is that while we built it to be a customer and data-centric analytics platform, it's also supported by a team of data experts with more than 250 years of combined industry experience, especially in this space. So not only are you getting an intuitive and robust platform, but you're also getting the expertise and insights of the data experts behind it. Now, at a quick look, a quick overview of what the solution looks like, we wanted PurpleCube to be, usable by as many users in your organization as possible. So PurpleCube has been built ideally with your data engineers, your business analysts, and your data scientists in mind. Our solution can be looked at or broken down into three key pillars, being prepare, analyze, and predict. That is the start and end of the data journey that we are looking to drive. So under prepare, we enable, you have to prepare your data, you have to cleanse it before you ingest it and get it ready for the analytics. And in order to connect your data to PurpleCube, we have a module called PurpleCube Studio. Under the PurpleCube Analytics, we leverage some of the most powerful AI and search-based engines to help you derive actionable analytics from your data in the quickest, most efficient way possible using natural search language. And for the more mature organizations out there that want to do a bit of predictive analytics, we have the PurpleCube Data Science module, where we provide those AI and ML environments for you to train and fine-tune and deploy your AI modules all in one solution. So very quickly, how does PurpleCube work? No matter what type of data source you have, whether it's an ERP coming from a CRM, a BI tool, an e-commerce, an application, you need to connect your data into PurpleCube. Now, we've partnered with Snowflake. Snowflake is one of the leading cloud data warehouses out there in the market today. And we're very proud to bring this solution and software and integrate it within our platform. So when you connect your data into PurpleCube, it's getting stored into the Snowflake Cloud Data Platform. We then use PurpleCube Studio to cleanse that data, perform those different transformations and data quality checks such that it can be ingested into PurpleCube Analytics. From there, your business analysts can perform those search and AI-based queries to find those insights that you're looking for, and even use some of our pre-modeled templates within the solution to help you build dashboards that much quicker. For your data scientists out there, you can use the PurpleCube Data Science to, as I mentioned again, build those predictive analytics using those AI environments. We've taken it one step further as well, as into building on top of that layer, several industry applications that we've been introducing into the market for the automotive industry, for the supply chain industry, and leveraging technologies like blockchain as well. We see the future of analytics becoming more data-centric and data democratized. Everyone needs to have access to data in order to drive better business decisions. And that's where the power of Snowflake comes in, enabling us to help with the data exchange and data sharing across different silos within your organization through Snowflake's cloud data platform. And my colleague Shalini will walk you through a little bit more about how that works. So the whole purpose of PurpleCube is to be economical and scalable. When we look at all of the different features that are built into PurpleCube, and when we compare that to the best of breed products that are out there in the market, you can clearly see that you'd be spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, with several weeks of implementation and learning and trying to get this to work for your organization. Whereas with PurpleCube, we've packaged all of this enterprise-grade technology into one simple and scalable solution that you can use at literally under $100,000. And that is the key differentiating factor that you're going to see here today with PurpleCube. So while I can talk about all of the different features, I would love for you to see that in action. But just keep in mind that our whole goal and whole purpose for PurpleCube is to go from data discovery to actionable analytics in the quickest and most cost-effective way. We enable this through more than 150 pre-built connectors. So no matter what type of data source you have, you'll more than likely be able to connect that to PurpleCube. We use an intuitive data preparation wizard, an AI-enabled Google-like search on your data. We even integrate an AI-driven smart insights and suggestions engine to give you insights that you probably didn't even think to ask. Like I said, for the PurpleCube Data Science platform, we also provide those AI environments for you to build those models all in one solution. And we make that analytics and time to analytics a lot easier through our industry-specific AI algorithms and pre-modeled BI dashboards that you can easily import and use in your environment. So when we compare PurpleCube to a lot of the other solutions out there, we see that there is a very big strategic advantage. You are getting all of these capabilities of these enterprise-grade softwares and even more all in one solution, without having it or without requiring any additional provisioning infrastructure to facilitate all of that. And one of the unique things about PurpleCube is that we don't price you per user. You have an unlimited number of users in each one of our subscriptions, making it that much more possible to get data into the hands of your team and your users and get them using that. So that is, PurpleCube in a nutshell. And no matter what vertical you come from, no matter what industry you come from, PurpleCube can be used in a way that fits your business use case. It's that flexible and that capable, and that we're excited to show you what that looks like right now. So without further ado, I am going to hand it over to my colleagues Shalini and Geeta, who are going to walk you through a live example of what that looks like from start to end. So Shalini, over to you.
Thanks, Rishi. Hello, everyone. For today's demo, let's look into leading retail organization, a day in their life. Please meet Mark, John, and Jenny. Mark is the Chief Operating Officer who would like to have a visibility into the sales growth, and he would like to analyze the sales details on multiple factors like product category, sale type, and he also wants to drill down these insights into various factors, like he wants to see dig deep into each of those insights as well. And there is a simple KPI which we have brought in here, like he wants to see the sales value aggregation based on product and product category. John is his data analyst, and Jenny is his data engineer. Now, let's see how Jenny, our data engineer, onboards the data sets easily in using PurpleCube Studio. This is the PurpleCube app, which is on the screen, and we have under dashboard management section, the BI dashboards and AI dashboards. BI dashboards will take us to the BI dashboards created across use cases, and if there are any AI dashboards created based on some model outputs, then those will be available in the AI dashboard section. Let's go to the data management section, wherein Jenny will onboard the associated data sets using PurpleCube Studio. PurpleCube Studio is one of the integral modules of PurpleCube Analytics as a Service platform, which is an easy-to-use drag and drop browser-based user interface. So you can say it as a collaborative multi-user environment to develop and implement data integration process seamlessly. And we can, using PurpleCube Studio, we can build, monitor, and schedule data pipelines, turn raw data sets into analytics ready with some applied data cleansing and transformation rules easily and quickly. And in PurpleCube Studio, we make use of the serverless data processing and the push-down architecture to take complete advantage of the powerful processing platform, which in our case is Snowflake. Now, let's see how Jenny, our data engineer, onboards the associated data sets effortlessly in 3 simple steps. Mainly, first step is connecting to the source and target system. Second step, she just need to specify the table or file or the object which she needs to process. And third and final step will be to design the data pipeline with rules and transformations, if any. Now, let's see. Let's assume that the data sets for which Mark need the insights are coming from 3 source systems, one being a remote file server, another a SQL Server table, and the third one, let's say, MySQL table. Now, in order to establish the connection to these 3 source systems, Jenny navigates to data point section, which is the wizard where we need to create the source connections or the target connections. Now, Jenny goes and clicks on new. And as you can see on the screen, PurpleCube connects to multitude of data sources using native or generic connectivity. And this includes relational databases such as MySQL, MS SQL, Oracle, etc. Then NoSQL databases, files, Hadoop systems, MPP platforms or warehouses, then REST APIs, web services, cloud and API based systems. So many more connectors. And at moment we have over 150 plus pre-built connectors. And to know the comprehensive list of connectors, you can visit PurpleCube.ai website, where we have segregated each of the connectors based on the categories. Now, let's say Jenny wants to establish the connection to the FTP server. From the data point wizard, she clicks on the file server data point, gives a name to the connection, and clicks OK. And here, as you can see, we need to provide just the standard details for establishing a connection, like the protocol, whether it is FTP, SFTP connection, the user credentials, the host, port, username, password, etc. And once these details are provided, Jenny, she can just check the data connection, whether it is successful or not. Let me just show you an example. Right, here we have all the properties mentioned and also the directory from which the files need to be pulled. And let me just click on test data point, and it gives us a successful message if the connection is established successfully or not. Similarly, we have the other data points created, like SQL Server. You can see here it is the database, username, password, the host. And under the database section, we can specify the specific database from which we need to extract the data sets. If there are multiple data sets, database, we can add that to this list. And similarly, we have the connection created for MySQL as well. Yeah, let me just do a test data point, and yes, the connection is successful. Now, once the connection is established to the source systems, as a second step, what Jenny needs to do is specify the object or the table which she needs to process. For that, Jenny navigates to the data object, and all she needs to do is click on new and say import schema. So with import schema, we need not manually provide what is the table structure or what is the file structure. PurpleCube Studio will read it from the connection established, and we can make use of those import schema details to save the metadata of the data object. Now, let me select file data point, and let me select the file data point which we tested earlier. And once we reach this stage, we have the option to choose either the schema files from the local server or from the FTP server. Let me choose server. It will list down all those files which are available in that particular directory from the server. Let me just choose one sample, like retail product master, and click on next. PurpleCube Studio will give us a glance into the content of that file. And as I can see that the first row contains the header for this file, let me just mark it as import field names from the first line and click on next. And it gives us a suggestion on the data type and the precision based on a sample data sets. So it suggests, PurpleCube Studio suggests these details. We can choose to keep it as is, or if we know the exact data type, or if we know that some columns are going to take more length, we can edit it here and then save this metadata. Let me click on finish and click on save. We have the data object here. Similarly, other required data objects are brought into PurpleCube Studio, which is required by Jenny to help Mark achieve his insights. Now, the third and final step is to create the data flow. Data flow is nothing but the flow of data from source to target, where we create the data pipelines, we apply the transformation rules, or we apply data quality rules and associated massaging done to the data in order to get the final output. Let me just open one of the data flows. So remember, Mark had a simple KPI where he wanted to get a sales aggregate based on product and product subcategory. So this is how Jenny achieves that. Now, this is the data flow window on the screen. In the middle, we have the designer section. This is where we drag and drop the components from the left pane. Now, in the left pane, you can see sources. This is same as the list of sources which we create at the data points section. We have the target section, which is the target connection that we create. At the moment, we have Snowflake as our target. And we also have the transform and action components. Like I will give a brief on this in a while. Now, let me just explain on what this data flow is about. So Jenny selected two incoming source files. One is a file from the FTP server, and the other is a table from SQL Server. Now, she wanted to apply some filter condition on top of the data, also some data cleansing rule, and she joined these two data sets to get the aggregated value. Now, here in the below part, we have the properties section, which changes based on the component that we select. Now, some of the transform components that we have, the pre-built components that we have is joiner. This is to combine data from multiple tables. And, we have the splitter component. Now, splitter component is a very handy component. Like, you can split your incoming data into multiple outputs. And when I say multiple outputs, these outputs can be based on different conditions. So I need not, or Jenny need not recreate different pipelines to populate end tables, which is based on different conditions if the incoming data is same. If within one data flow itself, using the splitter, specifying the required condition, the incoming data can be loaded into multiple targets. Then we have the roll-up component, which is used for performing window-based aggregation functions, and several other pre-built components like expression, transpose, etc. Now, one interesting component that I would like to highlight here is the data cleansing component. Let me just open the component. And if I click here, if I'm clicking on the data cleansing option, I get a wizard-driven option to choose my standard data cleansing and transformation options. Like you can see here, trimming characters, getting a substring out of a string, then converting the cases, adding padded values, replacing nulls with 0 or blank when it, if it is a numeric or string value. So isn't this cool to have a wizard-driven data cleansing option available to you, so that in a few clicks, you can ensure your data is good enough to be considered for analytics use cases. Now, if there are any further complex transformations or business rules that we need to apply, that can be done using the expressions. Now, let me just run this job. And let's move on to the monitor window, where we can see the real-time stats of the job execution. Now, monitor is the interface to monitor the execution of jobs and operational statistics. Here we can view, here we can manage the execution. We can view the statistics. Like when I click on this, I can see from each source, how much record it extracted, how much it processed, how much it loaded. And bad is like if at all there is a rejected record due to some data quality issue, it will be visible under bad. And from the log section, we get the detailed log of the execution. And from the history tab, we get the history of executions. Let me refresh and see the job is successful. And as you can see, it has a breakdown of the different steps also. And in the statistics, it shows how many records got extracted and how many got loaded. So here I can see that from these two sources to the target, it loaded 11 records. 11 records because Jenny had applied certain filter conditions, like based on certain shipper code. And let's see how quickly we can review the final result. So the table name is retail aggregate. Now PurpleCube has another module called as the SQL editor. Now this has the capability to run SQL queries on the source or target data connections that have been created within PurpleCube Studio. So as you can see, we have the SQL Server, Salesforce, ThoughtSpot, Snowflake, MySQL, etc. Different connections that we have created in this particular project. Now, what this means is this is one single interface to query all your connected databases or applications, and it eliminates the need for specific SQL client tools. So let's check our table data. Let me go to Snowflake connection, public, and under tables, let me locate the table that we just created. It is called as retail aggregate. Let me just verify. Yes, it is retail aggregate. And all I need to do is click on the table, click on query tab and say run. It will give me, fetch me sample of records from it. So as you can see, based on the product category and product subcategory, the aggregated sale amount is loaded. Now, this is how easily Jenny onboards the data sets, which is required by Mark, using those 3 simple steps: connecting data, specifying the object, and third being the data pipeline. Now, let's also see how PurpleCube enterprise customers gets benefited by leveraging the 3 exclusive features of PurpleCube: pre-built domain-specific templates and pre-built BI dashboards, and the AI or the data science platform that PurpleCube offers. So for that, like here, as you see on the screen, we have 2 PurpleCube pre-built dashboards, which says about sales analysis and sales growth analysis. Now, right now, at moment, the dashboard is empty with 0 charts and matrices. Now, let's go back to Studio. Jenny knows what all data are required to align her data sets into the pre-built template given by PurpleCube. Let's move to this job. Yep. And she combines the different data sets required using the joiner. Joiner is for joining the different data sets based on the conditions. And she has ensured to align it with the pre-built template that pre-built domain-specific template that PurpleCube offers. Let me just run this job. And from the monitor window, let's see if the job execution has started. Yes, it has started. Now, while this job runs, let me also take you to another feature of PurpleCube, wherein there is a DM wizard available, which is very useful when you want to just lift and shift your data. Like often when we have migrations from one platform to another, instead of picking up each table one by one and then creating some data pipelines to migrate that data into another target system, we can make use of PurpleCube Studio to using the DM wizard, we can just specify the source data point and the target data point and the required objects to be moved. Once we give these option based on the once we select these based on the options provided in PurpleCube DM wizard, it creates the data pipelines by its own behind the scenes. And then all you need to do is just click on run, sit back and relax until the data is completely moved. So lift and shift of data is made very easy for you using the DM wizard. Let's just go back to our execution. Yes, the job is complete. I'm just checking the statistics if there is any bad records. There are no bad records. And now let's refresh the pre-built dashboards and let's see how the dashboards gets populated with the data. Now, with these pre-built dashboards available readily for consumption by the domain-specific users. Now, every organization has some basic use cases and standard dashboards. If those use cases are among the list of use cases that PurpleCube has, then these dashboards are readily available to them as soon as the data sets are loaded in sync to the template. That's in a while, my colleague Geeta will walk you through the features of PurpleCube Analytics. Now, before moving on to PurpleCube Analytics, let me just walk you through the one of our integral modules like the Snowflake. Snowflake is the central piece of PurpleCube architecture, wherein all the three pillars, the PurpleCube Studio, Analytics, and PurpleCube Data Science, utilize PurpleCube's storage, processing power, security, and more supporting and many other features to support PurpleCube become a truly analytics as a service platform. Now, my personal favorite is the workload isolation, provisioning dedicated warehouses or the processing engines. Now, what this means is that there will be no performance impact on data preparation task or analytics dashboard refreshes or on the data science workloads, each run on an isolated engine, which can be scaled up or scaled out automatically. Now, PurpleCube Studio with its push-down architecture utilizes this processing power for the ELT processes. And all those extensive native functions which Snowflake has, those gets exposed as the data moves from source to target. And its support for structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data makes the data massaging task very simple. And PurpleCube Analytics benefits from the compute power that delivers lightning fast results as it uses the live connection to Snowflake data sets. And data scientists, they can load their historical data sets onto Snowflake using Studio and use the Snowflake Python connector to pull data sets and push them to Snowflake. Now, the storage cost in Snowflake are much less because the data often gets compressed up to 5 times. And, for data science use cases, historical data is very important. And several other features that we make use of from Snowflake, like the security, governance, and the continuous data protection feature. It leaves us relaxed and worry-free about the security of our data. Now, to name a few baked-in cloud data security measures, we have automatic encryption and data cloning. The time travel feature enables us to access or restore modified or deleted data anytime. And then several compliance with important government and industry data privacy regulations even makes it easier for us to trust our trust the data that we store in Snowflake. And another feature, important feature that we make use of is the search optimization service offered by Snowflake, which significantly improves the performance and benefits both analysts and data scientists. And yet another one is the data sharing feature, data exchange feature, where often the time to market is, I mean, we can reduce, we can break down the data silos and increase the data sharing capability, and thus reducing the time to market using the data exchange. Now, what this means is you need not have a separate FTP link or API configuration to share your data with your data providers, your vendors or dealers or partners or customers. So the one who shares data becomes the data providers, and the one who consumes becomes the data consumers. And this is done without any additional storage cost. On top of this, we have the unstructured data support also available on Snowflake. Now, with this, I hand over to my colleague Geeta, who will walk you through the features of PurpleCube Analytics, and she will help us understand how easy it is for Mark or John to create dashboards using PurpleCube Analytics in a few clicks. Thank you. Over to you, Geeta.
Thank you, Shalini. We've now seen how easily we can access the pre-built dashboards and build them in minutes. With PurpleCube Analytics, we can even build custom dashboards in minutes. In the next couple of minutes, we'll see how we can build a dashboard and explore and share the dashboard. First, we'll be creating a new dashboard, generating automated insights using our special tool SpotIQ. It's an automated analysis tool. And then we'll be building insights using our Google-like search. Then we will explore and share the dashboard with the team for them to review and access the data. Let's see now. John, our COO, has asked, Mark, our COO, has asked John, our data analyst, to build a dashboard. And now let's see how John can easily build the dashboard using PurpleCube Analytics. As Shalini had already mentioned, we can access the dashboard section using dashboard management by clicking on BI dashboards. So we will go to the BI dashboards here. This is the homepage of PurpleCube Analytics. It is very similar to that of any OTT platform. On top, we have our favorites, which is the list of which is the list of all the dashboards that we have pinned for instant access, followed by recently viewed. These are the dashboards that have been accessed by the user in the recent past. And then we have recently trending. This is the list of dashboards that have been most accessed in the organization. This list is limited to the dashboards which user has access to. Now let's see how we can build a new dashboard. So by clicking on Pinboard, we see the list of dashboards already available. We can build a new dashboard by clicking on Add Dashboard button here. So here I am building a dashboard, retail sales, and I click on Create. For this, I will need data. I can get the data from the data section here. And for my today's dashboard building purpose, I will be using retail superstore training dataset. So here I have in the column section, I get the structure of the table. The joins has the list of other associations with other tables. And then we have data samples. It gives us a set of sample records for us to view the data. In the profile, we have summary of all the numerical variables or measures that we have in the data. Dependence gives us the list of worksheets or dashboards that have been built on top of this data. If we have specified any row level security, that is available in this section. And here we have Spot IQ Insights. This is the automated insight generation tool of PurpleCube. As we see, the tool has already generated some insights for us to get an overall picture of the data. Now let's see in detail how we can use Spot IQ Insights to generate insights for our dashboard in less than minutes. So by clicking on the ellipsis icon on the top right corner, we can access Spot IQ, and we click on Spot IQ Analyze. So this gives us the list of all the columns that are available. We can choose the data that we want to analyze, that we want the tool to analyze. I am removing all the UIDs because they generally do not add much value to any analysis. And I click Analyze. So I can see that the analysis has begun. I can access the results of this analysis from the Spot IQ tab here. So in the analysis section, I see that the analysis is running. Once the analysis is complete, I can view the results directly from here or from the results section here. So I click on View Results. We can see that the tool has already generated 33 insights for us to review. And the tool has even grouped them by the theme. It has even added a highlight for each of the insights. So we can flip through the insights and upload them or even download them depending on their relevance to our purpose. So this feedback will be used by the tool for the next automated insight generation. So I am just going to go through the list of insights the tool has generated, and I can directly pin the insight that I find relevant by adding, by clicking on the pin icon and adding it to the dashboard that I have just built. So I will add whichever insights are relevant to me to the dashboard directly from here. And now I will see, once I'm done going through the insights generated by the tool, I will go to generating custom insights. So custom insights we can generate from the search tab. Here first we will be choosing the data set, the retail superstore training data set. And search feature of PurpleCube is very intuitive, and it's almost like using Google on our data. It's very easy to use. We don't have to know anything about the data or the tool to be able to use the search feature. We can see that the tool even gives us the list of the most popular attributes and measures that have been used in the past by various users. So anybody, typically any analysis would generally involve sales. So we already have the sales attribute here. Let's say I want to look at the sales for 2020. I just click on 2020. And I have my sales number readily available. This little card here is called a KPI box, and this can be directly pinned on to my dashboard. So now I want to look at profit for 2020. So I have the profit number available here, and I'm adding this as well to my dashboard. So if I want to pursue it further and see how the profits are with respect to region, I just add the keyword region. As we've seen, we don't need to have a structure, a sequence, or a syntax for the search. I'm just adding keywords as I go, depending on whatever my thought process is. I'm not even following any particular syntax. So here we have the table of information. I can toggle it to the chart view. On the right hand side, I have all the list of charts that can be accessed from that can be used to perceive this particular query. What happens here is this query is converted into an SQL, search is converted into an SQL query, and it is performed on the database. So the list of charts that that are not possible for this search are already disabled, and I can choose the most relevant chart for my analysis. I have chosen the bar chart. We can add a lot of details and even modify them from the settings icon here. So I'm adding data labels, and I want more details for my profit numbers. So I click on total profit, and I want to change it to a more brighter color. I want to change the number to currency. I can do that. Here we have the list of currencies, and I want to change the unit. Whatever we want to do, we can directly do it from the settings here. There are a lot of things that we can do directly from the access as well. Supposing I want to aggregate them by average or minimum, all these can be directly done from the access. I can even add a filter or have a conditional formatting, like let's say for East, I want a different color, I can do it directly from here. And right now I am sorting the data in a descending fashion. So I can even rename, edit, or remove the axis directly from the axis icon here. Once I'm happy with the look and feel of the chart and I've added all the details, I can pin it to my dashboard. PurpleCube has really good and interesting visuals that will help us perceive the data in a much easier fashion. So let's see one of such visualizations. One of my favorites is the multi-level pie chart. So now I'm adding sales as well to see how each region is performing with respect to sales and profit. So on the right hand side from the charts menu, I select the pie chart, and from the settings, I add total sales as well to the size here. With this visual, we can easily see that the central region, though it is contributing to 20% of the sales, has only 8% contribution to profit. This is the kind of perception that we generally have to do in our heads. So this visual makes it super easy for us to perceive the data. Once I'm happy with the chart, I'll add it to my dashboard. Let's look at one more interesting visual of PurpleCube, and that is a Sankey chart. Now I want to see how the sales is distributed across states. So if I just click state here, by default, it gives me a map because state has a geographic configuration, and I am going to choose the Sankey chart from the available charts here. So here we can see clearly what is the contribution of each state to the region and region to the overall sales. This kind of visual makes it super easy for us to perceive the data. And I'm adding it to my dashboard. So even comparisons are very easy with PurpleCube. Let's say I have seen now that California has a really high contribution to sales, and now I want to perform a comparison of California versus all the sales. So we can see that we can either use a data point or a keyword or even the name of an attribute. In comparison, we don't have to limit ourselves to anything. It is literally like asking an assistant or an analyst. Whatever we want to ask the tool, we can ask the tool, and more often than not, tool has answers for everything. So I want to look at the numbers on a monthly basis, and I just add the monthly keyword here, and I have the data readily available. So now if I group the access for sales in California, I can see how the trend has been for the overall sales and how it has been for California. So that's how easily we can get an insight and or search for information on PurpleCube. So once I'm pinning this to my dashboard, okay. PurpleCube has really good time series analysis features as well. So we don't really need to know the data form, the date format or the syntax. Let's just see a particular example. Now, if I want to say growth of sales by odd date, year over year on a monthly basis for the last 2 years. Okay. So here we have the chart. It's literally like I talking to the tool. So once I have the chart ready, I can pin it to my dashboard. Once we've added all the insights to the chart, we can go to the pinboard section here, access our dashboard, and we can resize or reposition any of the charts. For example, I want the total sales number to be on top. So I have total sales on top, and I want the total quantity by state expanded. Here I have it. I can make any changes that I want to the charts, and I can save changes here. I can add this chart for my instant access by clicking on the star here. PurpleCube also has a data science module that we can access from the AI dashboard section. So users don't really have to worry about the underlying resources when they are building their predictive models. In PurpleCube environment, we can build R and Python algorithms and train models and plug back the custom outputs into the PurpleCube environment, which can be added to the dashboards and accessed by all the users. Now we've seen how we can build a dashboard, how we can access the AI dashboards, and let's see. Let's look at the dashboard once again. Now that John has built the dashboard, Mark wants to understand these KPIs a little more in detail. Mark, being a business user, he can easily access. He can easily explore the data even without knowing anything about the tool or the data. So he sees that California is performing very well with respect to quantity. And now if he wants to explore further, he can just hover over the insight. And by clicking on the explore here, we can explore the chart further. We can filter the chart, we can add more measures or attributes, replace a measure or attribute, and even compare versus various other parameters. The tool even gives us suggestions as to what are the possible options for us to filter. Let's say in my case, I want to add sales here. So I have added sales, and now I want to make sure that the performance of California is not because of deep discounts. I can just add discount here, and yes, we can see that California is performing well even without much of discounts. So once I'm done exploring this chart, I can go back to my dashboard and I can look at other charts that we have. Here I see that the central region has minimal profit. Now I want to explore and drill down and understand why central region is not doing very well. All I need to do is right click and I can drill down. Here the tool gives me the list of all possible drill down options. These drill down options are not limited to the hierarchies defined like in other BI tools. PurpleCube gives us the flexibility to drill down across the length and breadth of the database. So here I am trying to understand by category the profits for central region. So by category, I see that furniture is the one that is causing the trouble. Now I want to drill down deeper and understand what in furniture is causing the problem. I can do a drill down again by subcategory, and I see that tables are the major loss-making category for me. So I want to drill down further. We can drill down to any number of levels in PurpleCube. There is no limitation with respect to data drill down. We can do a multi-level drill down across the database. So I drill down by customer segment. So I see that consumer segment is the one causing maximum losses. We've seen how easily within minutes I can zero in on my business problem. Like, I now know consumer segment for the table section of furniture is the reason behind my low profits in central region. That's the power PurpleCube gives business users. So we can even, PurpleCube even has a feature called replay search, using which we can understand how any particular chart or insight was built, right from the data selected, the measures and attributes chosen, the filters applied, the visuals used, all the details can be viewed using replay search. Once Mark is happy with his analysis, he can share it with a group of users or a particular user using the share icon here. By clicking on the ellipsis icon on the top right corner, we can save the dashboard. We can make a copy for further analysis, add universal filters on the entire dashboard. Like if I want to see these numbers only for a particular month or only for a particular store, I can add a universal filter on this dashboard. I can present it directly from here, which will give me the ability to drill down on the fly during the presentation. I can download it as a PDF. I can even manage schedules through the Manage Schedules tab. By clicking on Schedule, I can set up a weekly schedule, the day, time, and by minute when I want this dashboard to be sent out. I can add a gating condition, like if I want to say that if the profit goes above a particular level or the sales go below a particular level, I want this dashboard to be sent to my team. I can do all of those things using PurpleCube. So yeah, PurpleCube has a lot more interesting features, but for now, due to time constraints, we will stop it here. We have seen how we can build insights, how we can build a dashboard, how we can drill down, present, and schedule our dashboards. We've also seen how the smart suggestions given by PurpleCube, the automated analysis tool Spot IQ, and our Google-like search make usage of PurpleCube super easy. That enhances the usage of this platform by both business users and data analysts. I guess now I'll let Rishay take over.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much, Geeta.
Over to you, Rishay.
Thank you. Thank you, Geeta and Shalini, for that presentation. So there you have it, folks. We're at the end of our session, and I'm sorry we are going a bit over time. But that's how you just got to see, within 60 minutes, how you could go from data discovery to actionable analytics. As you could see, it is not complicated, and you don't have to use multiple tools to do this. It's all done through one secure, scalable, and cost-effective platform. So we have received some questions, during the webinar, which we'd love to answer live in a few minutes. But I understand that because we're over time, if you need to drop off, we completely understand. But we will share the recording with you of this, so you can also catch that Q&A towards the end at a later stage. But before I head over to the Q&A, I just want to quickly wrap up with some key takeaways that you should consider, when looking for any analytics as a service tool or platform. So firstly, these are more guidelines to help you identify, is this going to be the right fit for our organization or not? Firstly, you need to evaluate, is this tool going to be cost effective? So can you generate insights from your data without breaking the bank? And that is crucially important, especially in times like these. You want to have a tool that can give you that ROI, but without having to outlay, high costs and, essentially take forever to give you those quick wins. So essentially, cost effectiveness is one of the key things you need to look for. You also need to ask yourself, is this scalable and flexible? So can the solution be customized to my data analytics needs? You don't want to have something that is, inflexible or something that's going to be very hard for you to customize to solve your business need. And that's where, PurpleCube comes in to be that flexible solution that you can customize, and you can build the analytics and get the insights that you need quicker and more easily. So thirdly, data security. So how will my data be secured in the cloud? And as you've seen with our integration with Snowflake, we leverage some of the leading capabilities of Snowflake's platform as a leader in the cloud data warehouse space. So your data can be secured in the cloud and is available for you to access through there. So the next step is that you need to ask, is it that end-to-end solution? So does it provide everything you need to give you that actionable analytics, or do you have to now look at multiple tools to try and integrate to achieve the same result? And that's where PurpleCube really shines. It's that all-in-one solution, from a cloud data warehouse to data integration to BI and analytics and data science, all packaged in one solution at a fraction of the cost. And that is really a key deciding factor, when looking out for these types of solutions. Then, support. Does your provider, provide that support through the platform? And we're happy to say that, PurpleCube is a platform that was developed by data experts. So not only are you going to get our wisdom and knowledge and algorithms within the platform, but you'll also be supported by that team of data experts along the way. And then lastly, time to value. So can you achieve quick wins from the solution faster than any other traditional tools that are out there, or by having to build something for yourself? And that is the whole motto and aim for PurpleCube. We want to help you achieve quick wins by reducing the time to insights. And that is those key takeaways that I would love for you to walk away with today. As you've seen that this is possible, this can be done, and it is available now all in one solution, and we call it PurpleCube. So that brings us towards the end of the session. We do have a few questions that we can very quickly answer live before we close things off. So one of the questions that we have received here is, how is PurpleCube different from any other analytics platforms that exist today? So I think the best person to answer that would be Geeta. Geeta,
yes, Rishi. So PurpleCube is different from other platforms because it's a truly self-service tool. It's an all-in-one tool. It is an end-to-end platform, and it is a fully integrated analytics as a service solution. It is a packaged solution rather than just bits and pieces put together.
Excellent. Yeah, that sums it up quite nicely. Another question we have here, what are the different pricing and subscription packages? So this is a question I can answer. So with PurpleCube, we have different tiers and different subscription plans, which you can see available on purplecube.ai. And if you head over to the subscriptions tab, you'll be able to see those different packages and subscriptions that we offer, from standard, pro, and enterprise. And one of the key things about each of our plans is that we don't bill you by users. You will be billed, more according to your compute credits and hours that you're using in your cloud data warehouse, and that compute time. So while each platform differs, based on your needs. For example, if you are going to need the AI integration, if you're going to need the data science platform, then in this case, you're looking more towards the enterprise plan. But if you're looking to get something to help you get off the ground, have all of these tools in one, then you can literally start, with the standard plan and then scale up as you grow as well. So one of the next questions that we have is, does the PurpleCube platform support unstructured data?
So unstructured. That,
yeah, go ahead, Chandni.
And the answer is yes. And how we do this is PurpleCube utilize Snowflake support for unstructured data. Like we can store, govern with role-based access control on top of these unstructured data that we have uploaded. And then we can create what is called as scoped URLs for enhanced governance. By using those scoped URLs, we will not, the entire URL will be encrypted. So we cannot trace the location. And then we have, we can access these unstructured data with REST APIs and catalog them using what we call as directory tables. And then we can also process these unstructured data with Java or any other external functions. And with the scoped URL and the encryption capabilities, we can securely share the unstructured data sets within the data cloud also. And yes, that's the support for unstructured data that is available in PurpleCube together with Snowflake.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Shalini. The next question we have here is, what types of connectors does PurpleCube support?
Yeah, I can take that too. So like currently we have over 150 plus pre-built connectors, like the ones which we saw during the PurpleCube Studio demo. And this list is still expanding. And as we speak, I think it has already reached 200. We connect to multitude of data sources like the relational ones, Hadoop systems, MPP platforms, cloud and API-based connectors. And on top of that, like if you do not find a connector for your source, please let us know. We can check the feasibility and create those custom connectors and make it readily available for you in a short period of time.
Perfect. Thank you, Shalini. And one last question we have here is, can I get automated insights or recommendations through PurpleCube on any data set?
So I'll take that question, Rishi. Yes. Spot IQ, PurpleCube's automated insights tool, can run analysis on any data set, whether it's a flat file imported into the PurpleCube environment, or it is on a data access from a cloud data warehouse or a data lake. We can perform automated analysis for insights on any kind of data set.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much, Geeta. So that comes to the end of the questions that we have. So as we close off this webinar, I just want to say a very big thank you for joining us today. So if you've seen in this tool and you'd like to explore it further, please do reach out to us and our team, and you can request a demo. You just need to go to www.purplecube.ai and click on the request a demo tab, and then you just need to very quickly fill out a questionnaire with your details to help us understand exactly what your pain point is, and we'll be able to further help you and set up that demo for you and your team accordingly. So that brings us to the end. From all of us here at the PurpleCube team, we thank you for your time, and we hope you've enjoyed this session and learned something today, and we look forward to engaging with you again soon. So thanks very much, and take care.